sell a house with tenants in Hull, Leeds, York, Goole, anywhere in England? This video covers legislation and best practices as of the 6th of March, 25 in England. Laws may change, so please verify details to ensure they remain relevant time of viewing. When selling a house that is empty, there are not as many details to worry about as when you put a tenanted house on the market. If a house has no tenants, it's easy to stage with some furnishings and you don't have to worry about as many details to schedule regular showings. Here are a few of the most common questions asked by property owners who need to know how to sell a house with tenants. Is it legal, or can I sell a house with tenants? It can be better to wait until a tenancy expires before putting a property back on the market. You are not obligated nor required to renew a tenancy on expiry. In some cases, not renewing the tenancy can be the best option, especially if a tenant is not happy about you selling the property. They can cause difficulties by prolonging the sale for a year or more by sabotaging your efforts. But it is legal to sell a house while the tenants are occupying the property. It can actually be beneficial to the sale of the house. Usually, when a tenant becomes aware of the sale, they will immediately start looking for another home. Do I have to evict tenants before selling the house? You may be wondering, do I have to evict tenants before selling my property? This is a common question, and in some instances it makes perfect sense. It's important to look at the tenancy and the specific language it uses about giving eviction notices or how it mentions the possible sale of the house. However, it is not necessary to evict tenants before selling the house. A typical house, in good condition and without complications, will sell in around 12 to 16 weeks, which often allows sufficient time to give notice, unless the tenant is in the fixed term of their tenancy. Do I have to inform tenants I am selling the house? If you have tenants in a home you are wanting to sell, it is ideal if you can get them to cooperate with the process. Tenants do have certain rights while living in rented properties, and one of them is the right to quiet enjoyment free from harassment. Property owners will benefit from open communication with the tenants when putting a tenanted property on the market for sale. You will need the tenants' cooperation when you start showing the house or property to potential buyers, so you need to ensure tenants are kept informed about what is going on at all times. Should I inform the tenant in writing, or can I just tell them of my intentions? It can be a mistake to only inform a tenant verbally of your intentions to sell the property they are occupying. Since tenants have certain rights, they can complicate the process or even hold it up by saying they did not know. It's best practice to put the notice in writing and ensure you have proof they received the message. Can I show the home if it is occupied by tenants? Yes, you can definitely show a home with tenants. You must give the proper notice to tenants as outlined in their tenancy before you enter the property. By keeping communication with the tenant open, you can find what times work best for both you and them. This can make the process go more smoothly for all parties concerned.